Most people assume arthritis is something you simply have to endure. But the truth is something as ordinary as the oil you cook with can silently fight back each and every day. I understand what joint pain can do to your life. It begins with a little stiffness in the morning. Then one day you catch yourself avoiding the staircase, skipping your evening walks, turning down precious time with your grandchildren because your knees simply refuse to cooperate. You are not alone in this struggle. Over 58 million adults in the United States, nearly 1 in 4, are currently dealing with arthritis. And for those above the age of 65, it becomes even more widespread. But here is the real tragedy. Most of them believe it is simply a consequence of growing older, that absolutely nothing can be done about it. So they endure the pain. They settle for a life that feels much smaller than it once was. That is what arthritis truly does. It does not just hurt your joints. It robs you of your freedom. Quietly, gradually, and on most days you do not even realize how much has been taken from you until you are sitting in your favorite armchair, struggling just to rise to your feet. I am Dr. Bennett, and I am here to tell you there is genuine hope. Real, natural, and practical hope, and it is not hidden away inside some costly supplement. It is already sitting in your kitchen. In this video, we are going to uncover 3 remarkable cooking oils that do far more than simply add flavor. They actually work deep inside your body to soothe inflammation and help your joints move with considerably less pain. These are not merely theories. They are supported by science. And more importantly, they are already helping countless people feel like themselves once again. So before you reach for another bottle of painkillers, before you accept that your finest days are behind you, stay with me. Let us take this one small but meaningful healing step together. And if you are someone who genuinely cares about taking charge of your own health, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel. It is completely free, and every single week we bring you practical, trustworthy strategies to feel stronger, move better, and live more fully even after the age of 60. Now let us begin. So let us start with a quiet champion in the world of joint health: flaxseed oil. It does not sizzle in your skillet or crackle in your pan the way other oils do. You do not use it for frying. In fact, it is so delicate that you should never apply heat to it at all. But do not let that mislead you. Inside this gentle oil lies one of the most potent natural compounds your joints are desperately craving: omega-3 fatty acids. Now most people have come across omega-3s in conversations about heart or brain health. But what many do not realize is that omega-3s are a fundamental pillar in the battle against arthritis pain. Specifically, flaxseed oil contains alpha-linolenic acid, known as ALA, a plant-derived omega-3 that has been demonstrated to reduce joint stiffness, ease swelling, and even shield cartilage from further deterioration. Let us talk science for just a moment in straightforward language. Arthritis at its very core is an inflammatory condition. It is your body's immune system trapped in overdrive, attacking your own joints, generating swelling, pain, and progressive damage. Flaxseed oil's omega-3s function like fire extinguishers. They suppress the production of pro-inflammatory molecules, particularly cytokines and prostaglandins, which are primary drivers of arthritis flare-ups. A 2016 review published in Clinical Nutrition concluded that omega-3 supplementation led to a meaningful reduction in joint tenderness and morning stiffness among patients with rheumatoid arthritis. And while flaxseed oil does not contain the identical type of omega-3s found in fish oil, it remains highly effective, particularly for older adults seeking a plant-based and heart-friendly alternative. But flaxseed oil does not stop at omega-3s. It also carries compounds known as lignans, which are potent antioxidants. Think of antioxidants as the anti-rust agents working inside your body. They defend your joint tissues against oxidative stress, that slow deterioration that occurs as we age, especially in cartilage and connective tissue. The outcome is less wear and tear, greater mobility, and fewer painful flare-ups. One of my patients, Harold, 72 years old, decided to incorporate just 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed flaxseed oil into his morning smoothie. That was all. No dramatic dietary overhaul, no new medications. 3 weeks later, during a follow-up call, he said, "Dr. Bennett, I did not even notice it at first. But one morning I stood up and my knees did not protest the way they always used to. That is when I realized something was genuinely working." Of course, flaxseed oil is not a miraculous cure, but when used daily and consistently, It supports your joints from within. You are supplying your body with the raw materials it requires to reduce inflammation naturally, rather than simply masking it with temporary pain relief. Now here is how to use it correctly. Never cook with flaxseed oil. It is highly sensitive to heat. High temperatures completely destroy its fragile omega-3s. Instead, drizzle it over a salad. Stir it into yogurt. Blend it into oatmeal or a morning smoothie. Store it in the refrigerator in a dark bottle, and it will remain fresh for several weeks. This small daily habit, just one spoonful each day, can become a genuine turning point, because it is not only about what you eliminate from your diet that matters. It is equally about what you introduce. And flaxseed oil introduces nourishment, lubrication, and protection gently but persistently. And that is only the beginning. Let us continue, because the next oil on our list is not just beneficial for your joints. It is one of the most adaptable healing fats you can possibly keep in your kitchen. If flaxseed oil is the gentle nurturer, avocado oil is the dependable workhorse. Smooth, resilient, and surprisingly versatile, this oil offers far more than just a rich, buttery flavor. For seniors living with stiff and aching joints, avocado oil may well be one of the most overlooked allies in the entire kitchen. Now most of us associate avocado with guacamole, but its oil is a powerful anti-inflammatory fat that can directly support your joint health. And here's why. It is abundant in monounsaturated fats, the very same kind found in olive oil, which actively helps subdue the chronic inflammation that gradually erodes joint comfort and mobility. But avocado oil takes things a step further. It is also generously packed with vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that plays a vital role in shielding joint tissues from oxidative damage. Picture vitamin E as a protective barrier guarding your cartilage from the rusting effect of aging and the daily demands placed on your body. Let me explain what that truly means for your joints. When cartilage, the cushioning tissue nestled between your bones, begins to break down, movement becomes increasingly painful. Bones grind against each other, inflammation intensifies, and you start avoiding staircases and skipping walks. Does that sound familiar? This is precisely where avocado oil steps in. Researchers have thoroughly studied a particular extract derived from avocado and soybean oils called ASU, avocado soybean unsaponifiables. Across multiple clinical trials, ASU has been shown to decelerate cartilage degeneration, reduce joint pain, and even diminish the reliance on NSAID pain medications among patients with osteoarthritis. One study published in Arthritis Research and Therapy found that patients receiving ASU demonstrated significantly improved joint function over a 3-month period, and without the unwanted side effects that accompany long-term medication use. Now you do not need to purchase a supplement to experience these benefits. Simply incorporating cold-pressed avocado oil into your daily cooking can help deliver many of these same joint-supporting compounds. That is because the oil itself retains the natural plant sterols and antioxidants that make ASU so remarkably effective. One of the greatest advantages of avocado oil is that it holds up exceptionally well under heat. Unlike flaxseed oil, which deteriorates at high temperatures, avocado oil possesses a high smoke point, meaning you can confidently use it for roasting vegetables, pan-searing fish, or even baking. That makes it incredibly effortless to weave into your daily meals without needing to restructure your entire routine. I have seen so many patients genuinely surprised by how quickly they begin to notice a difference. One woman told me, "Dr. Bennett, I honestly was not expecting much, but after roughly a month of switching to avocado oil, I realized I was not reaching for my knee brace nearly as often. Everything just felt more at ease." Of course, every body responds differently, but the science supporting avocado oil's anti-inflammatory and cartilage protective properties is well established. And best of all, it comes with no side effects, no prescription required, and no additional expense beyond what you are already spending at the grocery store. To extract the greatest benefit, seek out cold-pressed, unrefined avocado oil. This ensures all the valuable nutrients remain fully intact. And just as with any quality oil, store it somewhere cool and away from direct light to preserve its potency. Here is the essential takeaway. Arthritis does not have to rob you of your freedom one meal at a time. With something as uncomplicated as a switch in cooking oil, you can provide your joints with a dose of healing at every single meal. Avocado oil makes that healing both delicious and perfectly suited to your lifestyle. And next, we turn to a golden oil that has been cherished across centuries and may just be the single most powerful anti-inflammatory tool in your entire kitchen. If there is one oil that has truly withstood the test of time across cultures, generations, and kitchens around the world, it is extra virgin olive oil. You have likely used it to dress salads or saute vegetables. But what you may not fully appreciate is that this luminous golden liquid is also one of the most extensively researched and dependable allies in the ongoing battle against arthritis pain. Let us examine precisely why. First, extra virgin olive oil is abundantly rich in monounsaturated fats, which we have already discussed. These wholesome fats do not merely support cardiovascular health, they also actively quiet the chronic inflammation that silently erodes joint tissue over time. But what genuinely distinguishes olive oil from all the rest is a compound called oleocanthal. This naturally occurring molecule mimics the action of ibuprofen, blocking the very same inflammatory enzymes, COX-1 and COX-2, that contribute to swelling, stiffness, and joint pain. A study published in the journal Nature determined that 50 grams of extra virgin olive oil, approximately 3.5 tablespoons, delivers a comparable anti-inflammatory effect to roughly 10% of an adult dose of ibuprofen. That may not sound dramatic on its own, but when you use it consistently day after day, those modest doses accumulate quietly, gradually reducing the internal inflammation that keeps your joints stiff and uncomfortable. Another significant advantage is that olive oil actively helps preserve the cartilage between your joints. It contains antioxidants including vitamin E and polyphenol that defend your tissues from oxidative damage, that progressive wear and tear that so often accelerates with the passage of time. And here is the truly wonderful part. Incorporating it into your life is absolutely effortless. You do not need to treat it like some form of medicine. No capsules, no scheduled timing. Simply substitute it into the meals you are already preparing. Use it to saute leafy greens, roast sweet potatoes, or craft a simple dressing with fresh lemon juice and herbs. The flavor is rich, yet never overpowering. In fact, most people find their food genuinely tastes better with olive oil, not merely healthier. I regularly remind my patients that consistency is the true key. One occasional spoonful here and there will not produce significant change, but a habit practiced daily, week after week, absolutely can. Over time, the anti-inflammatory compounds accumulate within your system, and the results often speak unmistakably for themselves. Less morning stiffness, fewer flare-ups, and greater ease with the movements of everyday life. One woman I had the privilege of working with, Marlene, 68 years old, was struggling to climb the staircase in her own home. She was reluctant to add more pain medication to her routine, so she began using olive oil in every single meal. Her breakfast eggs, her lunchtime salads, her evening vegetables. After 2 months, she told me, "Dr. Bennett, I still have arthritis, but it no longer controls me. I move the way I choose to, not the way my pain allows me to." To receive the full benefit, always select cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. Look specifically for dark glass bottles since light exposure can degrade the delicate beneficial compounds, and store it in a cool, sheltered place to keep it at its freshest. And here is one final tip. If it leaves a slight peppery sensation at the back of your throat, that is an excellent sign. That is the oleocanthal at work, signaling that the oil is fresh and richly loaded with anti-inflammatory power. So the next time you reach for a bottle of oil, remember this is about far more than flavor. It is about freedom. The freedom to move without bracing yourself for pain, to walk without apprehension, and to navigate your day without building your entire schedule around your joint discomfort. Now that we have thoroughly explored the healing qualities of these 3 remarkable oils, let us talk about how to bring it all together into one simple daily practice that could genuinely transform your experience. So now you understand the truth. Not all oils are created equal, and the ones you choose each day can either fuel the fire of joint pain or quietly help extinguish it. Flaxseed oil works from within, calming inflammation with its powerful plant-based omega-3s. Avocado oil nourishes and protects your cartilage while standing strong against the demands of everyday cooking. And extra virgin olive oil serves as your dependable daily source of joint-soothing, heart-protecting power, backed by generations of wisdom and the full weight of modern science. But knowledge alone is not sufficient. What truly matters is what you choose to do next. You do not need to completely overhaul your entire diet overnight. That approach rarely lasts. What genuinely works, especially as we grow older, are small and gentle shifts. A drizzle here, a spoonful there, gradually replacing cheap processed oils with ones that authentically support your body. Here is a straightforward plan you can begin implementing today. In the morning, stir a tablespoon of cold-pressed flaxseed oil into your smoothie, yogurt, or oatmeal. At lunchtime, use extra virgin olive oil as a dressing on your salad or to gently sauté your greens. And for dinner, prepare your vegetables, fish, or lean proteins with avocado oil, allowing its high smoke point to protect both the nutrients and your joints. This is not about achieving perfection. It is about building consistency. That is where the true healing unfolds. Not in some overnight transformation, but in the quiet and steady accumulation of better choices made day after day. And I want you to hold on to something deeply important. Every small act of care you extend to your own body carries a message. It declares, I have not surrendered. It says, I still want to walk, to move, to live entirely on my own terms. You are not trapped. You are not powerless. And you are most certainly not alone. There are millions of people just like you who are learning how to reclaim their strength and vitality, one meaningful step at a time. This video was created specifically for you, to help you do exactly that. If this message resonated with you, I would be genuinely grateful if you would click like, share it with someone who truly needs to hear it, or leave a comment letting me know what change you plan to make first. And if you would like more gentle, trustworthy guidance on how to feel your very best after 60, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. It is completely free, and I, Dr. Bennett, will be right here every week with more honest answers rooted in genuine care. Thank you sincerely for spending this time with me today. Please take good care of those joints. They have carried you a very long way.